Remember when China started to build these artificial islands in the South China Sea?
Yes, I do. Remember, what was the quote?
They were like,
Spratly Islands?
we will not militarize these.
We will never militarize these islands.
Yeah, because, I mean, look, everybody was objecting to it, okay?
Yeah,
Because, first of
everyone.
all, they're building them in contested waters that belong to, like, Vietnam or
And
whatever,
Philippines,
Philippines,
yeah.
in the area. So everyone's like, what the hell are you doing? They're like, don't worry about it,
We won't. Yeah.
First of all, they're like, don't worry about it. This belongs to us anyway. We've got an ancient map, okay?
Yes.
And then secondly, they're saying, like, it's okay. We're just building islands just so we can keep an eye on the area. We're not going to militarize them. Don't worry about it. Guess what? They militarized them. We all know that, right? But these are some nice, clear pictures that have just emerged of some of those islands.
That's from yesterday.
Yeah.
Very clear. Usually you get like very far away, kind of grainy.
Yeah, you'll
images.
get like a satellite image or something. This is a very good image where you can see.
Let's see. So this is not. These are not being militarized, right?
Yeah, those
See
are,
anything there?
well, yeah, I see airstrips. I see hangars for military aircraft. I see,
All right. Maybe just storage.
yeah, I mean, I see.
Are those CCP buildings?
Yeah, those are 100% government buildings. I see training facilities for military over there. You see like the fields
I
and
see
the
the
parade grounds and things like that for the military. One thing I also see what looks like some kind of a massive, I don't know if it's a turret or something over
what
there.
is
It could be a
that?
crane. I don't know. But that's
Is
not
that a
looking...
watchtower? A military watchtower?
Oh yeah, there's
Control tower?
there's a military watchtower and a big fenced off area up there as well.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, there's tons of radar,
Interesting.
Doppler
Why would you
radars,
need
and so on.
Doppler?
Yeah, so quite a few radar going on over there, you know, and also just the whole kind of military thing. I wonder what else. What else is going on here?
What do we got?
How about a military AWACS knockoff?
No, those just must be houses in somebody's private jet.
It's somebody's private AWACS knockoff. I don't even know what the Chinese equivalent's called. It's probably called a Hong.
Is that a medical military airstrip right there? Or
Yeah.
maybe a helicopter landing pad.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's clearly not militarized, right? It's just got barracks and it's got like a military aircraft there. Which, for those of you who don't know what an AWACS aircraft is, that's China's knockoff of it. But that's basically a massive monitoring station in the sky.
Yeah.
When you fly that up there, you run your command post from that plane because that has massive radar that can keep up to date on the entire battlefield arena, basically.
Yes.
And they can see what's going on and what's flying here and there, and they communicate and send soldiers here and military planes there.
So
and
as
whatever.
we leave this picture up,
Yeah.
just want to ask a question, just hypothetically. So
Yeah.
all the people that believed China when they said officially, not officially, by
It's
the way,
official.
they said the South China Sea belongs to China, but we will never militarize the South China Sea. There will never be
we will
Chinese
not militarize
military.
these fake islands.
These
we're
fake
building.
islands, we won't have a military presence in these seas, and that was a way to placate the world. Like, okay, fine.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing then. It's okay.
The whole idea that the Blue Water Navy in America keeps the international trade open and all this kind of stuff. Don't worry about that because nothing's going to change. Status quo won't change. We won't militarize. We won't build, these fake islands you keep seeing pop up. That's just because it's an integral part of our territory.
Sure.
We won't militarize this. We're still here in 2022 and we're still seeing a lot of governments capitulate and say, you know what? Okay, China, we believe you. How many times do we have to get smacked in the face over and over again, really?
Yeah.
Until we wake up and say, wait, everything they say, they do the opposite of.
Everything.
Every single thing.
Everything. China has not kept one promise.
No.
And every big thing they go on about, like, oh, we're, going to do green technology. We're going to reduce carbon emissions. No, they double down and make more. And they build more coal-burning power plants.
Yeah.
They're still continuing to build even more and more.
So the world is going crazy about reducing carbon emissions because we're in basically a global catastrophe right now, heading towards global catastrophe because of climate change.
Sure.
And China is the poster child for the people doing the most.
They're doing the most damage.
Yeah, but they're the poster child for people developing the most green technology to
Right.
make sure we avoid this crisis. Yet they keep adding coal plants.
Sure.
And they make more carbon than everyone combined.
Well, it's smoke and mirrors. Because if they can say, look at all our green technology projects. Look how we're world leaders in green technology. So when anyone comes up to them and says, hey, man, why are you polluting more than the entire world combined? They're like, we're the leader in green technologies. And then they're like, oh, okay, that's fine then.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine then.
Okay.
Oh, you're great.
Carry on.
Bow down. Like, maybe we should learn something from you.
Yeah. You
know?
still have people in the US in educational facilities in all over the place, really. Not the majority. You still have people using China as the positive example for every single good thing in this world.
Yes.
I'll print this out for all the people that have this, and I want you to put this on your wall, and I'll autograph it for you.
Okay.
And you can remember what China's promises mean.
Nothing.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's giant North Korea. We are headed for global disaster if we keep letting China get away with everything.
Yeah.
I don't know how I can't overstate this.
Yeah.
It's dire.
Yeah.
We're watching China destroy the entire world and militarize the world.
Yeah, no, look, they're doing all sorts of nasty things, stealing intellectual property, doing espionage in military and corporate and all that stuff, and completely ignoring copyright and completely ignoring all the rules when it comes to the world. And the problem is that they do all these missteps all the time, and nobody seems to call them out.
Yeah.
Why? All these like clandestine police stations that have now recently cropped up everywhere.
Why are you just finding out now?
And also, why is there not some serious repercussions?
Yeah, come on. It should be a global emergency right now.
It should be like China is trying to infiltrate and mess with our local
legal system
and politics,
safety, politics,
and universities and Confucius institutes and all that kind of nonsense.
It's everything.
They keep doing all these things, and if you take one instance here and one instance there, you might not think it's that bad, but put them all together, and it's this massive warfare.
It's warfare. It's war.
It's informational warfare against the rest of the world.
Yeah.
The hacking, the stealing, the theft, the undermining, the bribery, the coercion, all this nonsense. It's warfare. But now, we need to draw a clear line, as we always do, between the Chinese government and the people of China. And that's why this is very important. This is something we want to show you, this cartoon that was shared actually on our... Was it on our subreddit?
No, actually, I know this person.
Okay, you know them personally.
Spring Must End. It's a great Chinese cartoon.
Yeah.
It's called I'm Chinese But.
So we're going to play these and we'll read the slides. Yeah. So I'm Chinese But. All right.
I don't believe I shall put my own needs, and continues to the next slide, behind the needs of the state. And it shows CGTN on... Yeah,
which is saying like, have more babies. Yeah.
I don't think that human rights is a Western colonial construct, but a universal voice for decent human conduct. And that's a commentary on how China always says that democracy and human rights are just a so-called construct of colonialism, when in fact human rights are just a good value that values human beings' lives.
Absolutely.
I don't believe that many crimes committed by Western countries absolve the crimes of our own, and that's another trope.
This is something that is very important, and I like this commentary very much, because the whataboutism is the go-to knee-jerk reaction to any defense. Whenever somebody points or criticizes the slightest thing about China, they're always like, oh yeah, well, America did this, Iraq, or something about something that happened a long time ago in the past, or something else. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop the fact that what China is doing is bad. You should be able to criticize it. You can't just whitewash it by saying, "Oh, but America."
Yeah. That's the go-to.
It is. So I like this commentary. Yeah.
Absolve the crimes of our own as we see, because I don't believe the Chinese government represents me, my blood, my heart, or my conscience. And it has the People's Congress logo, the Chinese government logo being covered up. So please don't show me that silly red flag or any new decree, and let me find out for myself what being Chinese means to me. And I thought that was a really great cartoon. It was really touching and great. It's just a great human way to look at things. It's not, the government does not represent human beings.
And that's the thing. The government does not represent the Chinese people.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to always put out there. They say there are blood ties between the CCP and the people of China. They try to pretend, because the Chinese people actually have no say over what the government does.
None.
So they can go out and say, all Chinese people hate radishes.
Right.
They can say that. No
They'll
one
be
can.
like, oh, okay, if you stand up and say that's illegal because you're spreading rumors.
Yeah. So now you're not allowed to say like that's not true.
That means everyone in China hates radishes. And
Yeah.
then people are like, I friggin' love
Yeah,
radishes.
exactly. And you see this happen all the time because the government will say, oh, you've hurt the feelings of the Chinese people if, I don't know, Japan has a festival or something.
Right.
And then suddenly, if you're Chinese, you must now be feeling hurt or something, you know? And if you don't, that means you're a traitor.
You're a traitor, and then you should be ostracized from society.
And that's why we have to, every time we say China's doing something, we're obviously talking about the government, not the people themselves, you know, that don't have a choice. What?
Oh, I encourage everyone. Like somebody just posted on our subreddit, I've caught so-called ADVChina talking cripe. Here's footage of Wu Jintao returning from his
And they played it in reverse.
Anyway, everyone go follow Spring Must End. Fantastic Chinese artist. Great. She does great stuff. Really, really appreciate her work. And I think you guys will too.
What I appreciate is that she's not using sand to make her art.
Yeah.
Because it's
real.
Like
you
actual
and your
stuff.
Sand. Why do you hate sand so much? What are you, freaking
what?
Freaking Anakin Skywalker?
I just don't. For me, it's like if there's a better way to do something, I prefer that. You know.
Sure.
If you're artistically inclined,
read this. Just
what?
read it.
You says, Anakin says, "I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere." Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not a huge fan of sand.
Okay.
You know. You know, like if you go to the beach or something, or if you go to like
is that why
the
you
desert.
like going to, you always want to go to the lake, but you never wanted to go to the beach? Now I get it. You want to look at the beach, but you never wanted to go on the beach.
Well, I love going to the beach. I used to love going to it when it was nearby, but the thing is, you always have sand everywhere afterwards. It never goes away.
Anakin over here.
Don't use it for art.
Sure.
You can melt it down and make it into glass. What I appreciate is that she's not using sand to make her art. Because it's
real.
Like actual
and your
stuff.
Sand. Why do you hate sand so much?
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.